Hey people, yesterday we were looking at Mark chapter 11 and we finished on that verse where Jesus spoke about when you stand in that place of prayer and if you hold anything against anyone, forgive him so that your Father in heaven may forgive your sins as well. I don't think we can ever underestimate the power of forgiveness. Not only is it good for you, but it's obedience to God. And Jesus obviously sets the place or the pace when it comes to forgiveness. As he hung on the cross, one of his dying statements was, "Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." And if Jesus had to do that, I would suggest probably we have to do the same thing as well. But yesterday we were talking about forgiveness, so we said how forgiveness revolves around a couple of really good things to do. We said, first of all, that in order to forgive, you don't wait for an apology before you forgive, because by human nature, not many people are going to ask for forgiveness, so don't bother waiting. Forgive before they even have an opportunity to say they're sorry, because they just may not. If you hinge your forgiveness upon an apology, probably a lousy thing and a long wait that you're going to have. The second thing we said yesterday, we've got to forgive for freedom's sake. We've got to forgive for our own freedom. We've got to let that person or that issue go so that we can experience freedom. I guarantee you, people, that those people are not losing too much sleep over the issue of wrong that they did to you. You are the one who's drinking the poison of unforgiveness. You hope that the other guy's going to drink it, but he's not. You're going to drink it, and you'll pay the price for that. So be free to let others go after they have offended or hurt you. Today I want to point out two others, and these are critical. The first thing I want to point out to you today is you've got to culminate your forgiveness by doing something nice for that person. Now, I have a great example that we have used before in previous devotionals. You can have a look back. But Jesus is one of them where he forgives us and then he gives us something nice. We call it heaven. And when Jesus forgives, he doesn't say, well, I'll just forgive you and then I'll sit and I'll sulk or I'll play that passive-aggressive role. Jesus gives you something nice. He says, not only will I forgive you, but I will give you heaven as well. And so that's one of the things that to culminate your forgiveness, you don't just say you forgive, you've got to do something good for that person. Forgiveness is a really tough thing to do. But when you do it, it's awesome. The last thing that you've got to do in order to claim forgiveness is you've got to be able to forgive and forget. Now, you all know that that's a statement we often use, forgive and forget. And I'm going to tell you, if that's what it means, it's never going to happen because you can't forget. That issue is stuck in your brain. You've probably enhanced it over and over as you rehearsed it and gone over it 1,000 times in your mind. You're never going to be able to forget it. You don't have a delete button in your mind, but you have still got to learn to forget. But this is what it means. You forget the pain and the anger and the hurt associated with that event. You'll never forget the event, unless you've got a memory like mine, but you'll never forget the event, but you will over-rehearse this thing over and over. You've got to let go of the hurt and the anger associated with that event. Now again, we turn to Joseph as being a great example. In the last times when he met with his brothers after they had wronged him so badly, and they said to him, Joseph, how can you forgive us? How on earth can you come to terms with the fact that we sold you as a slave into Egypt, and from there we didn't care about you, we never researched where you were, we didn't care two hoots about you. How can you possibly forgive us for what we have done? And Joseph, with a smile, he would have said, I can forgive you because I know you guys, you planned it for evil, but there is a God out there who planned this for my good. If you can see, people, the wonder of the plan of God for your life being seen in your forgiveness of others, and you can see how this strengthens your character, how this makes you more like Jesus. Therefore, the pain of what you have been through is all worthwhile if that's what it achieves. So we forgive and we forget. We forget the pain. We forget that anger and that hatred and that unforgiveness, we let it go so that we can be free from it. We let it go so that we're able to see that event through the eyes of God. And I guarantee people, when you're able to see that event through the eyes of God, you'll probably do the same thing. So I wish you well in your journey of forgiveness. I'm sitting here thinking, man, I've got some work to do in this regard, but I hope that is beneficial to you guys. But listen, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again tomorrow, Friday. Bye.